Hey, so we just hit 30,000 subscribers, and last time we did like a reading your comments kind of thing, but this time I wanted to do sort of behind the scenes on some of my projects that I've been doing. We'll be going over some of the cool things I've been able to do in some of my videos, just in case you guys were curious. And I make these because I love anime and I love games, and I want to contribute to the community. And who knows, maybe seeing this will make you want to make your own videos, your own little shitpost jokes, and I encourage you to do so. And so here we go. Okay, so for example, what if I wanted this clip of Giorno over this picture of McDonald's so that it looks like he's ordering at McDonald's? So you drag in your video clip in here, and you make another layer below it, and you put in your little picture here, put in your little background that you want him to be in, and you want to line up the background so that it's where you want it to be, so it fits with Giorno wherever he is. So okay, so I think I got the angle right there for the table. You see that it's the same angle. Close enough. Giorno's a little big here, so you want to make this background a little bigger too. You just want to mess with the panning until it reaches something you're comfortable with. So I think that's good right there. So you see how it lines up correctly, how if I play it, it looks like he's actually ordering at McDonald's. But I have to get rid of this background on this first layer here. And how am I gonna do that? So you open up your cropping or panning, and on this little thing down here, this is a mask, and pretty much you can isolate things from the rest of their environment right here. I don't want to go too in depth of masking. You can just search up someone that will explain it way better than me. There are some tips and techniques you can do to make it go faster, but generally this is a thing that takes a lot of time to do. So we're now going to do a little masking here, and you'll see how I'm gonna get rid of the background. Fighting Fighting cold. So there we go, we again isolated another frame from its background, so it's pure Giorno on this layer. Okay, we still gotta do the other frames. You pretty much have to do this for every frame, but that is pretty much how you go about doing this effect. And masking is gonna be your #1 friend, like, ever. Here's what a completely masked thing here is. And I have 2 layers, one of Dio, one of Giorno, and one of the background is McDonald's. So it looks like they're walking to McDonald's, you know? And this is really something anyone can do. This does not require any skill at all. It just requires like free time, and you're willing to do like the masking. Let's look at a more in-depth examples of masking that took a while for me to do. Okay, so this right here took quite a while to complete because I pretty much had to mask every frame in this little thing. You can do a lot with masking. Yeah, you also want to adjust like the brightness, the saturation, whatever, the black and white, so that it fits the background. Essentially, all this video is, besides the mashup, is just masking. So, how did I achieve this effect with the picture? It's just masking. So, you just look here. Oh, a bunch of masking over the flames and the skull and the little. Yep. So, you can do a lot of cool things with masking. Oh, look right here. Isn't that cool? Oh, this right here, the one with the heart. Oh, here's a good example of like, oh, what if you see how I put that hand over her, right? Like, what if I want elements from the background on top of? You pretty much create a third layer with the background on that layer, and then you mask only what you. So I wanted the fingers on the top layer, so I just copy and pasted this layer onto that and masked the fingers pretty much. So it looks like she's actually in the clip, which is really cool. Honestly, I wish more people would create videos like this, just like editing together anime clips in like funny, cool ways. Because really, you don't see a lot of it, and it's really cool. So here's another example that took me quite a while to do. Oh, this is one that I really think is a good example. So what I did here, how did I do this effect right here, where it's like. So how did I achieve that like sunset effect? Here's one layer for her right there, and then I put another layer on top of that, which is slowly fading into this dusk little palette, and it starts out with like the sunset palette. So that's really cool. And I also did it for this other one here, the little twin tails, and the twin tails were really cool actually to do. So pretty much right there, and I put her below that layer, so she's under there. Oh, how did I put her under old Joseph? Well, I just put a little layer above it, right there. That's it. So see, and how did I do this little clock effect? Same deal. I just put another layer here and mask it. So how did I do this little thing here? With this is pretty much just more masking, but this time I masked this, and then I masked it. I panned it all the way through, and then I cut out this part, and I made a little picture here, like how you see it's just an orange gradient here. So I copied the masking from this, like copied, and then I pasted event attributes, and then it pretty much just, it took the masking and panning properties of this clip right here and added it to this. So that's how I achieved that effect. And then I repeated it. Oh yeah, and the clock is pretty much just coming from me putting the layer again on top with the little clock here. See, with masking you can do a lot of things. You can even make a little, oh yeah, make a little color thing that doesn't even have the character in it. It's just like their silhouette. Oh yeah. Okay, so this little thing here with all the. So how did I make that thing go through her fingers? I pretty much just made a second layer again, which is just her finger right here. So it's above, and below this little knife thingy, I made her little thing there. So now that's awesome, isn't it? Isn't this a cool effect? Like, this is legit like an effect I'm really proud of. So oh right. Here's a good example of those in between, because this took a lot of like, so you know how I told you wanna, so this is pretty much like frame by frame. I wanted to I wanted to match up the characters to the background. So you see how I put Jotaro's layer above right there, and so she's in between the background and Jotaro's. So there's like a little thing here where she goes like that, and what I'm doing is I'm pretty much just panning it frame by frame so that it matches up. And what you can do is like you can make scenes look really natural, like this one right here, if you just do it frame by frame and mask and pan every frame so that it fits the background. So like this looks really cool, right? And it looks natural. So yeah, right here you see how Hierophant goes in front of her. This little thing here where she's behind the fool, pretty much just the same deal. You put another layer on top of her and one behind her, one masking only the fool and one with pretty much no masking. And yeah, so this one is also cool right here. How do I achieve this? Oh, it's pretty much just panning only, and I cut out the individual characters for the logo, and I pretty much just replaced all of the JoJos. And there you go. That's your finished product. And this little ink thing is also masking. Everything is masking, I'm telling you. Alright, so now we're gonna go over sentence mixing. People always say it's hard to do. It is kind of hard to do for like English lines, but I don't think they're really hard to do for Japanese lines, because you just have to find the right syllable. Like if you want them to say McDonald's, you just have to find the syllable for ma, da, no, something like that, you know? Like, and you pretty much just go through until you find the right syllable. And you can do some pretty cool stuff with sentence mixing. You can make them say stuff like,
Hey you, Kira Yoshikage!
Yeah, I made him say Kira Yoshikage, and all I had to do was find the syllables for Kira Yoshikage in various clips from Hotel Mario, and it honestly wasn't that hard. You just gotta find those clips.
Let's go.
For sprite animation, you can do these in Sony Vegas. It's what I do. So pretty much you have to have a sprite sheet, and so a sprite sheet will have all the animations for a certain character from a game. So pretty much just have to isolate these each into its own frame so that you can animate them in Sony Vegas. And how do you animate them? It's really simple. You just go here to import media, you click on your first frame, you check off open sequence, and you put whatever last image you have. So my first one's named DIO1, last one's named DIO37. So you import that by pressing open, and let's see it right here, DIO1 through DIO37, and you just have a loop for however long you want, and you have your standing animation. Yeah, so sprite animation's really not that hard. It just takes a while. Another type of video I like to do is like these little musical videos. They really should not be hard to do either, but when I first started, they really suck. Pretty much what you want to do here is you want to find a soundbite from a clip that sounds like it could be used as an instrument, and then you export it, and then you open up a vocal shifter and you put the voice clip in there. So I'm about to do that right now. So pretty much you put in vocal shifter, what is it? The note tool, and you adjust it so it's like at the C note or whatever. You just get it to a note that you know what the note is, so that when you look at the MIDI and then you see what notes you're supposed to adjust it to, you just know, oh, if the sample is from the C note, I just have to pitch it up or down that many to get to that note. And then you just get a little nice little musical thing. So that's cool. Not really that hard to do unless you want to try to add some fancy effects to it. Okay, so for our last thing, we're gonna go over this video that I have not even released yet, Nichijojo. So how do I do this? It's simple, but it takes a lot of time. Essentially, I am taking one of these screenshots and then I am opening them in like a photo editing software, and then I first do the outline, and then I add all the details that make him Josuke. I add like the eyebrows, the earrings, all the clothes, and then I do the eyes and the little markings there, and I add the little shading details, and then I color him in, and he's done. It's really simple, but it takes a while. I'll do a little time lapse. I'll show a time lapse from one of my streams. This video is gonna take a while to drop. It's gonna take a while to finish, but I'm hoping I'll be able to release it before 2019. And I want to do more videos like this, and this is gonna be like my first kind of video like this. So yeah, look out for that. So making meme videos, not that hard actually. It's really simple. It just takes a while to do. And I recommend you guys try it out, and who knows, maybe you'll make it a hobby or something. Anyone can do this, so just give it a shot. Get some clips, try to make something funny. Your first thing is not gonna be hilarious probably, but you just want to experiment. Your first thing is not gonna be like a masterpiece. Like this is my first Jojo shitpost ever. It really sucks. It was made in Windows Movie Makers. And when I first started with masking, I really sucked too. This is my first versus video, which the masking in it is so bad. So everyone starts off with stupid shit like this, but you'll get better. You'll make better jokes. You'll get better at editing. Important thing is you just keep at it, and you just have fun doing it. I mean, everybody starts with this stupid shit, like these really simple bites to the dust edits, but and they can be funny, but just remember that you have to graduate from this at some point. I really want more people to make cool stuff and not just stupid shit anymore, because I'm kind of tired of seeing the stupid shit. Yeah, you can start with all the stupid shit, but eventually, I hope you graduate from it and start making cool stuff. So yeah, start with the stupid shit, and then you'll just get better with jokes and editing over time. So, keep at it.